Hey there friends, and welcome back to Busy Girl Budgets. My name is Mallory and I live in New Mexico with my husband and our 2 dogs. In today's video, we're going to be doing our cash unstuffing as well as budgeting for our upcoming paycheck. We also have some new savings challenges that we're going to be releasing in the Etsy shop, and we'll be sharing those towards the end of the video as well. So grab your favorite drink or snack, cozy up, and let's get to budgeting. All right, my friends, well, welcome back again. Today we are back with another cash unstuffing video, and we'll do our budget with me. We have some new items to share that'll be in the shop. So let's get right to it. We're gonna start by unstuffing my wallet, and we have pretty much mostly everything in here to unstuff today. So we have 50 in groceries that was spent. We're gonna take that out. We had 40 in dining out. In fun, we are actually not pulling anything. I'm gonna roll this 5 over, and then I'm gonna put these singles into my coffee bean savings challenge. And then miscellaneous, we are taking out the 10. I also want to take a minute really quick and just say thank you to whoever used my Ally referral code. I do have that linked in the description. Ally, if you guys aren't familiar, is a high yield savings account. I use it. I love it. They're really awesome because they offer a referral program. So if you use my link, you get a bonus after you make some deposits. And then also the person that referred you or whoever's linked you use gets a bonus as well. So thank you to whoever did that. I can't see anything about who did it. It just tells me that somebody used my referral link. So thank you guys so much for doing that. If you're interested, it is linked in the description below. I also realized I haven't talked about all the other referral programs that I love. So those are also linked. Specifically, I love Fetch. I use Upside for gas. Those are the 2 that I use the most. And my referral links, if you guys are interested, are linked. And they're very easy. Just snap your receipts and you earn points. Those points then turn into gift cards. So that's all we're going to be unstuffing for my wallet. So let's go ahead and switch to my high priority binder. All right, so before we get into this binder, we're going to be unstuffing a couple things. First, go ahead and drop me a cherry emoji if you guys are watching. I would really appreciate that. Also, please leave this video a thumbs up if you're watching. It just helps my video to get out there a little more and be suggested to other people who might be interested, and I would greatly appreciate it. And lastly, if you're watching and you aren't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate the support as well. Okay, so getting into my high priority binder, we are unstuffing from Pups Emergency. So Melbourne's medication came out. It's on auto ship, and I just didn't have enough to cover it in their regular envelope, so we're pulling from here, and we're pulling 250. So we have 51, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, and that's 260, so we're going to grab a 10 because I don't have change. We'll make change, and that's the 250 then that we needed to pull. All right, so Pups Emergency now has 500 in the Ally account and 10 in cash. Next thing we're going to pull from is health. So I did have a couple medical bills, co-pays that I had to pay. I also had a test done that I had to pay my portion of. So, and a couple prescriptions I picked up. So we're pulling total today $100 out of health, which is kind of a bummer considering I was happy with like how far ahead I was in saving for my next month's premium payment for my health insurance, but that's okay. We will just get some money back in there in our next cash stuffing. And then that is it that is coming out of this binder. So we will switch to my short-term binder. All right, so coming out of here, starting with Pups, we are pulling the 100 from Pups. I had to buy both of their dog foods. So we are leaving for Michigan here pretty soon. And we have a friend staying at the house, pet sitting, house sitting. And I just wanted to make sure the dogs didn't run out of anything while we were gone. Luna is like bottom of the barrel out of her food. Melbourne probably would have lasted. Sorry, my dog started barking. Luna's food was totally done. Needed to buy that for sure. Melbourne's probably would have lasted, but I just didn't want to get to the bottom of the barrel and us not be here. So we are pulling out 100 for their dog food. And then household, we had quite the situation this weekend and had to pull out our toilet and replace the wax seal. There was like a horrible smell coming from it. The seal had broken. We had to buy some parts for that. And then we also purchased some new towels at Costco. We've had ours for probably like 12 years and they were just getting really worn. And Costco had their towels on sale, which they're the ones we like because they have the bath sheets and they were $4.99. So we got a few of those. We got the supplies to fix our toilet. And so we're pulling 50 from here. So there's 10 left in household. Costco's empty. I spent that this week. Beauty. I did get my hair cut. So we're going to pull the full amount in here, which is 60, 20, 40, 50, 60. I need to color my hair before we go to Michigan. So I need to make time for that sometime this week. All right. And that's all we're pulling from my short-term binder. All right. Lastly is my low priority binder. And we're just pulling from one category in here. And that is shopping. I did do some shopping at TJ Maxx. So I am throwing a, we're pulling the full amount, 50. I'm throwing a party in August for some girlfriends of mine. We're going to do it at my house. It is a bouquet building party. And I don't have very nice, well, I don't really have any like serveware, like nice platters and things like that. Like pretty much anytime I have people over, I have like one nice salad bowl. I have like a couple little platters, but none of it goes together. And I end up using just like my mixing bowls that are stainless steel. Well, I wanted to get a couple nice things and I found a whole set on clearance at TJ Maxx. So I picked those up. I also picked up some like floral paper plates and napkins that were on clearance, and I'm going to use those for the bouquet building party. So I'm really looking forward to that. I keep seeing that go around. A lot of people are doing it for like bridal showers. You build a bouquet. So everybody's bringing a bouquet of one singular flower, like one type of flower. And then we're going to set them all up in vases and we can all create our own bouquets. And then my hope is that there'll be some left over and we can build some additional bouquets and take them to some friends, older friends that we think might appreciate having that. So I'm really looking forward to that, and that's going to be in August. So that's where some of my shopping money went. That was fun to do at TJ Maxx. Okay, so that's all that we're unstuffing, but let's go ahead and count this up, and we should have 710. Let me grab my calculator because I need that. And I'm also going to need my Sort Quick on my hands because I can already tell they are not going to want to grip this cash. And we want the nice aesthetic ASMR look and sounds. So starting off with the 50s, we have 51, 52, 53. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 360, 10, 20, 30, 40, 5, and 10. So 710, and that is correct. So we're going to move this to the side, but before we switch to the budgeting portion of the video, I also want to add these singles to my savings challenge for my rollover ones. So let's go ahead and do that, which you guys are, I'm going to open this and not show you guys my challenges yet because I changed my binder around and I have some new challenges, but I want to save it for the end. So I'm just going to pull out my challenge from my binder and we'll get to that. Get to showing you guys everything at the end. So let's see, I kind of wiped that off a little bit. So how many ones do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to do 4 of these coffee beans. That's a really big heart. That's 2, 3, and 4. All right, and this is just for my ones. This is a $30 challenge, really great for low income. It is available in my Etsy shop, which is linked below, or you can go to Etsy and search BusyGirlBudgets shop and you'll find it that way as well. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 in there so far. So let me put that back in my binder. Give me 1 second. All right, my friends, we are back and we are all set up to do our budget with me. I had to change my savings challenges around a bit because we have some new ones. We phased out some older ones. They are all still available in my shop, but we have some new ones to share with you all today, which I'm excited about. So this week we are working with 1,050, and this is for the pay date of July 11th. So per usual, I am late doing my cash planning and stuffing, but here we are. I'm still getting it done. So we're gonna go ahead and start with our wallet. Now we are heading to Michigan, like I said, in a couple days. And so I don't wanna get groceries because I don't wanna leave a bunch of food here. There's still tons of food here, and we have somebody staying here while we're gone. But I don't want to go spend money on groceries. So I'm just going to put like $30 in here, and if we absolutely have to get something, but I'm hoping that we don't have to, that's what I'm going to put. Dining out, I don't have plans to dine out, but who knows, because this week might get really busy. And so I'm going to put 40 in case we decide to. My fun money always gets 10, miscellaneous always gets 10, and my husband's fun money gets 10. So we have 40 plus 30 is 70, 80, 90, and 100. So we're going to write that over here. That means that going forward, we started with 1050. That means we have 950 going forward. If you guys missed my unstuffing last week, chaotic. I thought I could do math in my head, and I usually can, but I royally screwed up. So anyway, hopefully today's better. All right, so now we're gonna go into my high priority binder, and how I like to do this is grab my binder and look at my balances and see if there's like a goal that I am hoping to meet, or I'm close to reaching a certain amount, or and just think about like what expenses I might have coming up related to each category. So for my emergency fund, we did add a good chunk last week because we completed 3 savings challenges. So we actually last week added $710 total. So we transferred $500 to the Ally account, and we added $210 from a completed savings challenge. So our balance now is $3,450. So I'm going to add $50 today, and that'll bring us up to $3,500. All right, let me make sure, I'm trying to make sure there's not a glare on here for you guys, but sometimes it doesn't really work. So we're saying 50, and that will bring us up to 3,450 in, or no, sorry, 35. That's what the balance is right now. 3,500 in our emergency fund. All right, my dog's emergency fund, we spent from that. You guys saw that. So we're down to 510. Let's put 40 in here. That'll put us to 550. Okay. Next is going to be health. And I had to spend from this, which was upsetting. So let's go ahead and add a little more than I normally would. Let's do 150. Usually I'd add 100. We'll do 150, and that'll bring us up to 250. Which is a little over half of what I need for my premium for August. And then next we have car repairs. This is at 300. We're just going to put our usual 20 in there. So that'll bring it up to 320. And then Michigan, since we are going here next week and I'm going to have to spend from this, I have 330 right now. So let's try to make it 500. So that would mean putting 170 in there, and that will give 500. So let's add this up, and if we have to make adjustments with this as we go on, then we can. So we have 50 for emergency fund, 40 for pups, 150 for health, 20 for car, and 170 for Michigan, for a total of 430. And then we're going to take the 950 that we had left after our wallet. We're going to subtract the 430, and that leaves us with 520 to move forward. Okay. So we're done with this binder. This is all money that needs to go back to the bank. So I need to do that. Our next binder is our short-term binder. And this one is feeling pretty light. So Pups is empty. We're going to go ahead and add 50 there. You just bought their food. Melbourne's medication just came out, which is the big kicker. That's expensive. So you should be good at least for a few weeks. Household has 10. We're going to put 10 in there today. That'll give us 20. Costco's empty. We're also going to put 50 in there. That'll be all that it has. Beauty is getting 50 actually, because my husband has a haircut in a couple days and there's nothing in there. So that'll be all that it has. And then toiletries has 20. We'll go ahead and put 10 in there as well. So that will be 30 in there. So that means in my short-term binder, we have 50, 100, 150, 60, and 170. So we're going to take 520, which is what we had left. We're going to subtract the 170, and we have 350. I'll write that over here. Okay. So next we're going to grab our low priority binder and see what we can do in there. So in the next few weeks, I am going to be adding some categories back into my binders. If you guys are new and you weren't here back in February, my husband lost his job and since then has gone out on his own and started his own business. And we're still like learning all of that. But initially when that happened, we really decreased our sinking funds big time and just went down to what we considered to be like bare bones. And so we want to add a few things back in, like our anniversary envelope and our vacation envelope. And we'll probably just start with those two and see what happens. But yeah, look for those in the next few weeks. Okay, starting in this binder, we have coffee. And that's going to get its usual 5. So that will give it 20. I got some new coffee syrups and I'm so excited to try them, but I'm trying to go through the ones that I have open right now. So I'm finishing my macadamia nut one, which I absolutely love. It is so good in coffee. But I got a toasted marshmallow one because I want to do like a s'mores latte. I got an ube one, which I want to do with matcha. We got ube matcha lattes in Hawaii, like constantly, and they were so good. And I got one more. Now I can't. Oh, I got another macadamia nut because my macadamia nut one is almost gone. So I'm looking to set up a coffee bar in my kitchen. Right now I just have my coffee stuff on the counter, but I have this whole area of my kitchen that doesn't have cabinets. So we eventually want to get cabinets put there, but that's kind of a down the road thing because it's going to be pricey. So in the meantime, I've been looking on Facebook Marketplace for like a sideboard or a hutch or even like a rolling cart that I can put there that's like a kitchen island that I could use in the meantime that's really inexpensive and could last me a few years, but we'll see. So entertainment currently has 40. We're just going to put 10 in there. That will give it 50. Shopping's empty, so I'm going to put 50 in there because I am going to be going to Goodwill when I'm in Michigan for sure. And then gifts has 20, and we'll just put our normal 5, and that will give it 25. All right, so let's add that up. We've got 50, 60, 65, 70 in here. All right, so 350 minus 70 is 280. So that's what we have left to put into our savings challenges. So here's where things get fun because I get to share some new challenges with you guys. Let's get into it. So first thing I did was I changed my binder. I used to just have a plain clear one, but I thought I just want to do something a little bit more fun. So I have had this binder. I've used it before if you guys have watched for a while. So I changed it back to that, but it kind of fits the vibe of my new series of savings challenges. So let me pull them all out and I will show them to you guys and we can talk about them before we get into the budgeting. So this is going to be sold as a set. The set total saves $1,500. I wanted to do something that was a higher dollar amount. So these are all cutesy, girly, very just adorable little things. And my husband drew all of these icons. So he hand paints them in watercolor on like a printer paper size. Large, really, really big. And then that way when he scales them down, when he scans them into the computer, it's a lot better resolution. And so all of these he actually painted. So we have first the Pretty in Pink challenge, which is $10 each icon for a total of $200. We then have our Cherry on Top challenge, and this one is $20 each for a total of $300. And then we have our In the Bag challenge, and that one is $50 each for a total of $1,000. So again, these are going to be sold as a set, and look for them in my Etsy shop. So I'm going to be doing this challenge as well. So if you want to do it along with me, go ahead and place your order, and I would be happy to send you a set. Let me get these back in here. So I'm looking forward to doing something that maybe takes me a little bit longer, but then I have a larger reward, if you will. All right, so starting off with Pretty in Pink, we have 280 to work with. So let's start by saying we'll do 2 of these, which would be for 20, and I am going to do these in pink. 20, and that will be all that it has. Let's also do 2 of the Cherry challenge, so that's going to be 40, and that will be all that it has. And then we'll also shoot to do 2 of the In the Bag challenge, which would be 100. Okay, let me keep track over here on my calculator. We started with 280, we've got 20, 40, and 100. Okay, so we have 120 left. We have to do our next bubble here on Progress Every Paycheck. So this week is paycheck 4, and we're doing $50. And that's going to put us at 210 in here. So we only have $90 left to put in there. Next, we have our September challenge, and we are on the 40 currently. And that's going to bring us up to 170. So let's subtract here. I got 50 and 40. So after putting money in my challenges, I have $30 left still. So I want to show you guys a challenge that I was working on last year, and I loved it, and I stopped doing it, but I want to restart it. And it's from BusyGirlBudgets, and it's the Every Little Bit Adds Up challenge. I need to clean these off because I got mostly through this. I got halfway through it, I'd say, and I had to pull it for something. I can't remember. I think I had to pay a big tax bill or something like that. So I got through June, but I do really want to start this over again. So with 30, I could do, let's see, you do a 20, a 10, a 5, and a 1 every week. So that's actually $36. So I don't have the 6. So let's save that for another week. But let's figure out something to do with these last $30. Let's do, I think I'm going to add them to something else over here. Let's see. You know what? Let's do another 30 into pups. I want to have more money in their envelope. So we'll do 80 in there. Whoops. Let me fix that. So we're going to do 80. That will be all that it has. And I messed up my household one, so we're going to do 10 in there, and it'll be up to 20. Okay. So this is actually going to go up by $30. So this category is going to be, or this binder is going to get 200. Okay. And we're actually putting 250 into my savings challenges. So let's add up these numbers in black and make sure they equal the 1,050. We have 100 plus 430 for my high priority, 200 for my short term, 70 for my low priority, and 250 for my savings challenges. Perfect. Okay, 1,050, everything adds up, and we love to see it. All right, my friends, well, that brings us to the end of this week's Cash Unstuffing and Budget With Me video. I also posted my Project Pan update this week, so if you guys missed that, head to my channel and check it out. There is so much stuff in there, oh my word. I think I need to be doing monthly updates, like a short, because doing like the long video and getting all my stuff out was like crazy. So I actually had to recycle and throw away my bag of stuff because I just didn't have room for all my empties anymore. But go check it out. I talk about all the products I love, all the products I don't love, and everything in between. So again, if you guys made it to the end of the video, drop me a cherry emoji in the comments. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we will catch you guys in our next video. Bye.